exercise is called diaphragmatic breathing. So you've probably heard of it before. Practicing this breathing is so powerful in so many ways. We're going to actually go through it several different ways together because you can use it for different purposes. So the main goal here in the beginning, when you're using this in your warm-up, is really to relax the entire body. And I mean that in many senses of the word. So you're both trying to release excess muscular tension that you've been holding throughout the day, which we tend to do. You're also trying to just relax your nervous system. So when we breathe, we're literally activating the vagus nerve, which lowers our nervous system's stress response. So when people say just take a deep breath, it may sound like, I don't need to do that, but at a neuroscience level, it is literally lowering your nervous system stress response, which is pretty cool. And then the other thing that it achieves is really feeding good movement to your spine and core. So we actually take on average about 20,000 breaths a day, give or take, okay? Now, this is a really prime opportunity to get all of those benefits 20,000 times a day. Whereas a lot of people, myself included, we either are breathing quite shallowly or even holding our breath. So we're not reaping the full benefits of this movement, this exercise that we could be giving our body 20,000 times a day. So especially if you're experiencing any sort of back pain, this is amazing in order to relax your nervous system and just basically lower your body's overall sensitivity or vulnerability to pain, okay? Because it's relaxing that nervous system, it's relieving that excess muscular tension, and it's literally feeding great movement to the spine and core that your body isn't otherwise getting if you're breathing shallowly or holding your breath, okay? So the first way that we're going to go about doing this is like what I just talked about. So it's all about relaxation, really letting that muscular tension go. And then on the other side of this, we're actually going to use this breathing to really help activate our core, really help wake it up. Some of these muscles can get a little bit sleepy during the day, and some people's core muscles have essentially sort of been turned off, to keep it simple for you. So we're going to do it in a relaxed way first, and then we're going to do it in more of a forceful way that's going to help activate and wake up those muscles, okay? So to start, we're going to be lying down on the mat, on your back. And you can have your feet bent, your knees bent, feet flat. Now, like we talked about, the first way of going about doing this is all about relaxation and just letting that tension go. So what you want to do is really just find the most comfortable position possible. So just kind of explore, there's no right position. You can have your feet wider, you can have your arms really wide out to the sides, you can have them here. Just get comfortable. So whatever you found is most comfortable for you. Now we want to start the breathing process. So when you're breathing from the diaphragm, this means from here. So again, to kind of keep it simple, we'll all use the term stomach and rib cage, but really it's the diaphragm. So we see with a lot of people, they're actually breathing from up here, which creates a lot of tension in the neck and shoulders because they're overusing these muscles that assist in chest breathing, which is really not what we want. So we want to bring all the movement here. Now, especially when you inhale, we're going to go through what you want to see on the inhale and the exhale. So now that you've gotten comfortable, trying to kind of shake out that tension, I'm going to have you place one hand on your stomach and then one hand on your chest, all right? So that we can see where your movement is coming from. Now, when you inhale, we want to feel movement and see movement in the stomach. So I'm going to take a deep inhale and I'm going to try to go for about 4 seconds. So see how my stomach raised up? Okay, it expanded, it filled with air. All right, so that's the inhale. And now on the exhale, we're actually going to deflate that stomach. All right, and we're going to go for quite a bit longer on the exhale. Now again, in this phase of the breathing, we're all about relaxation, so we're not creating tension, we're trying to let that go. So we're gonna go for a long exhale, deflating the stomach, and actually thinking about your body weight just sort of melting into the ground when you're exhaling, okay? Just letting everything go, just sinking into the ground so you're not actively holding yourself up. You're just letting your body weight melt into the ground, okay? So again, hand on chest, hand on stomach. When you inhale, you're gonna try to get that stomach to rise up, okay? And then exhale. Good, nice long exhale again. Good, and really nice and relaxed. So you'll get the hang of it after a while. It might take a bit of retraining because your body's so used to breathing from up here, but just keep at it. You're strengthening that connection, that signaling, so it is going to get easier to breathe from here, I promise. So continue here, we'll go for another 4 count inhale, and an 8 count exhale. Good, and again on that exhale, just imagining, and again, you don't have to after a while, this is just in the beginning to kind of show you where you're at in terms of where the movement's coming from, but I definitely want you to get back into this really comfortable position so that especially on that exhale, you can just sort of, let everything drop into the ground, okay? So that is the really relaxed way of doing the breathing. Great, perfect for the warm-up because you've been sitting around all day, you've been tense from work or the kids or whatever, and now later into the workout or your training session, whatever you want to call it, we're going to really try to fire up those core muscles, okay? So the muscles in between your rib cage actually assist with breathing, and so when we do this deep breathing, when we do it properly from the diaphragm, we're actually enhancing these muscles' ability to really activate, which is going to help you increase your core strength and feel better, okay? So now we're gonna go for the same inhale. So about 4 seconds, trying to get that stomach to expand. And then on the exhale, we're gonna go as long as we can. So I'm talking more than 10 seconds. You really have to slowly control that release of air, so you can't just push it all out at once. But now we're really trying to use those muscles to get the air out. So you're actually really pushing into it and creating tension, almost trying to actively contract your core muscles like someone's gonna punch you in the stomach, okay? So you naturally would tense up. All right, so we're gonna inhale, and then so I'm really pushing into it, and imagine these muscles kind of contracting your rib cage, pushing all of that air out, okay? All right, so we have one more layer to add on to this. You've been doing the pelvic tuck exercise too, and this is perfect to do in conjunction with the breathing that is designed to activate your core. Because these two movements together, the breathing, the forceful exhalation, plus the pelvic tuck, really help to fire up that core. So I'll just show you, okay? So we're gonna inhale, and then long exhale as we tuck up that tailbone. So as you can see, I'm really going as long as I can. And to review that tuck, we're flattening the back into the mat, tucking up the tailbone, we're not lifting. But as I tuck, I'm really exhaling, getting as much air out as I can, and I'm pushing into that tuck, even though I'm not actually moving further, but I'm really pushing into it to create that tension in the muscles to try to activate that core. So it's like we're doing a little reverse crunch almost, as opposed to your crunches where you sit up from your shoulders, okay? So those are a ton of ways to practice breathing, and it's going to help alleviate pain, help increase your core strength, and just improve your overall well-being. So that is diaphragmatic